Welcome, guys, to the 1-2 Football Talk Show. I'm Martin, and I am joined by Corey. I should use my nickname, Webby. That's my nickname. This is Corey Webb. He's a Webb.
Hello, everybody.
Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, we're here to talk solely about football. We chat about it sometimes on the Together Stronger podcast, and we've decided to give it its own time so we can have a natter about football and not bore the people that ain't here for it. I've obviously enlisted my partner in crime, Corey, to come on and help with this, and as my co-host, as he is for everything. Thank you, Corey, for signing up as you always do. You never fail.
Pleasure
you never fail to sign up to everything. How's things? Everything good?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Just getting on with it. Getting the exercise in daily. Trying to lose some pounds before we play our first game.
I've seen you on that exercise bike, mate. Cracking on.
That exercise bike. I've got to do at least an hour. At least an hour.
I've seen you smashing that like a few times a week.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had the bike a week.
Yeah.
So
it's really good.
Trying to get the most out of it. I've got a goal. Right? And this is actually going to be a little bit embarrassing because obviously I haven't even put this on my own social media yet. But my current weight.
Yeah.
But well, actually, no. My weight when I first started was 18 stone 13.
Right.
I'm currently at 18 stone 4.
Ooh.
Right. And this is over the last 2 weeks.
Is that £9?
Yeah.
That is £9.
So that's over the last 2 weeks. And my goal is to reach. I'm starting small, right? And my goal is currently going to be 17.5 stone.
Right.
Once I've reached that goal, I will then up that to 16.5. 16.5 stone is where I want to be at. And I want to be super fit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? Lads like me and you, we're quite chunky lads, but even when we, we wouldn't necessarily operate at our best, even like 12s and 13s. It just wouldn't suit me. As my body, obviously it'd be good for me to be as light as I could, but even like around 16 stone, I can be really, really fit and still quite heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's quite good. We've got Mitchell Webb online watching us. Just going to make sure we are on Facebook, and you want to check the YouTube. I'll check the YouTube channel. Make sure everyone is.
We look good on both.
Oh, have you checked the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're tonight we're going to talk about a couple of subjects: Chelsea and Arsenal. So, Mitch, you've got a Liverpool United question there. So we'll have a little talk about that after we talk about these couple of things, and we will sort of have a quick discussion because United and Liverpool obviously be a massive game on the weekend. Like it's a 6-pointer, isn't it? It's absolutely huge. If we beat them, we go 6 points clear. So yeah, when we've covered Chelsea and Arsenal, we will have a chat about United's game because Corey's got some fixtures and stuff coming up anyway. Okay, so Chelsea, we're going to go on to Chelsea. So far, their record, they've won 7, drawn 5, lost 5. They're 9th in the league, got 26 points, got 15 points at home, 11 away. Scored 32 goals, which ain't awful. 32 goals, that's not bad. Yeah, that's,
I mean, that's
2 goals
decent.
a game, almost. 32 goals.
But how many have they conceded though?
They conceded 21. So again, over a goal a game conceded. But then they're not.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not. They're not massively confident, are they? Going forward.
No, not really. They're not really getting. They're
not confident in defence, are they? They're not confident
definitely.
with their defenders at all.
Definitely not. No, I think they do need. This is my opinion. I think they do need another centre back, or they need to bring Tomori in
Yeah.
and give him a chance.
Do you know what
'Cause
Tomori? Apparently, Lampard has said that Tomori's got a future at Chelsea, and I think he should have. He's a fantastic defender, isn't he? Hello,
Definitely.
Adam. Oh, Shacks. Emma.
I was going to mention that later as well. Yeah, but yeah, I saw earlier as well that Lampard said he's got a future at Chelsea. But on the same front, they also want to loan him out.
Yeah, I think it's just
so-
to get some experience, some full-time
Yeah.
experience. But who have they got at the moment? Christensen?
In defence, I'll tell you that I'll name all the defenders, right? So they've got Antonio Rudiger, Marcus Alonso, Andreas Christensen, Thiago Silva. They got Tomori, Kurt Zuma, Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Aspilicueta, and Emerson.
Okay. Rob's just said it says a lot when you have to sign your 40-year-old coach as your backup keeper. I don't think they've solved that either, have they? Their goalkeeping, because they had Kepa, didn't they? And he just, I don't know. They still got him, right?
They've got Kepa, yeah, but the thing is, I think after that game where he refused to come off, I don't think they've had much confidence in him.
No, I don't think so either.
And I think they have been using Mendy quite often.
Yeah, Mendy seems to be their number one, and he's not awful, is he? But I just don't think Chelsea. They don't look like they've got depth anymore. You know, like Jose Mourinho's famous thing. Jamie always used to tell me that Jose Mourinho always used to say like 2 players in every position. Like that's how he set up. He would have 22 players, and he would go with that. It's like when he came into United, I think we had 26. And that's when he started to trim down the team because, he just wanted he's very good at operating with his own numbers. So I do think that, but it don't look like Chelsea's got they're not strong in depth anymore, are they? Like,
no, not really.
They're not playing Pulisic. If Pulisic is out,
that's what I mean. Pulisic is one of those players. He's almost like what Ronaldo was to United when he first came. Yeah. He's one of those players who's very, very. He's that good that he gives the rest of the team high confidence.
Of course, he does.
He makes things happen.
Yeah, he's a talisman.
Exactly. He's a
talisman.
When he's injured.
You notice, don't you?
You do notice a lot.
But you do notice, and I don't think we've seen the best of him. Is he injury prone or what? Because it just seems. I don't know if any of you lads are on at Chelsea, Jamie. Any of you guys that are on. I honestly, I don't know what's wrong with him. Why haven't we seen the best of him?
And the thing is, he's only 22 years old.
He's a kid, isn't he?
He's only 22 years old. But I mean,
how many appearances he had this season?
Appearances this season, he's had 60. Oh no, sorry, hang on. I
was going to say, out of 17 games, that's not bad.
10 appearances. He's had 10 appearances, 1 goal, 3 wins, 3 losses, a couple of assists.
It's not amazing, is it? For someone who, I mean, as I say, he can't carry the whole team. He's very young. And I actually think he's a great player. Like, he's a very good player.
He's a very good player. By the way, guys, obviously, if you have any questions or anything that, if you want to put your input in, definitely get them down in the comments. We'll try and read as many comments as we can. All right, so get involved as much as you can.
I'm going to just share with the boys that we're on. A few of the Chelsea lads, let them know that we're here. We are. That's cool. So what I wanted to ask the Chelsea boys is Frank the right man for the job? Frank in or out? Frank in or out? What do you reckon, Cor? What's your gut instinct?
For me, I think everybody knows Frank Lampard and how good of a player he was at Chelsea. And even when he went to Man City and played for England, he was always a great player. and you can see that he's trying to input that into the squad. But I think the squad's got too many individual players, and they're not gelling together. They're not playing for each other. They're playing for themselves.
They brought a lot of players in, didn't they, in the summer? And you found that with United when United had that like flurry of about 6 players. It's just we didn't do well at all. We didn't do well at all there. My brother Mitchell has just said, "What's your thoughts on Timo and Havertz so far this season?" I thought they started well and looked good and I'm saying that because I had them both in my team. But obviously it's a long season, and I heard someone say earlier on one of the channels, the fan channels, like these kids have come over here, moved from abroad. They've come over here. There's a pandemic. There's no fans to get them going during the game. They're trying to get used to the game over here. There's a lot of things going against them. It's not simply go out and play football, is it? That's a lot. That's a lot to go against them. I think Chris has just said, just give it time for Werner and Havertz. Look at Hazard. He never done well in his first season. Yeah, you're right, mate. And neither did Drogba, funny enough. Drogba didn't have a great first season because I spent the whole season taking the piss out of him. I have
to agree with you on Timo and Havertz. At the beginning of the season, they did obviously, they started off really well. I mean, when I first watched Werner, I was like, "Wow, he's rapid," but we haven't really seen much of him lately, have we? No, and Havertz, again, he's one of those players. I mean, everybody knows the Premier League's the hardest, or one of the hardest leagues in the world, and it's like he's come over with all this build up, all this like
a lot of pressure.
Exactly, a lot of pressure. Then coming up against some of the teams, especially this season, obviously with all the teams, like all the results that we've had this season have just been out of the ordinary. It's not what we're used to seeing, is it? And like
massive, weird,
obviously team results. Exactly, all the teams have got a lot stronger, and with no fans, there's no pressure, so it's quite neutral in terms of home and away and things like that. And I think just coming up against Premier League teams, he's finding it quite difficult at the minute. And as Chris said, he just has to, have a bit of time to get used to it, and hopefully he'll come out of his shell and shine a bit towards the end of the season and the beginning.
I said at the beginning of the season quite boldly that they would push for, if anyone's going to push City and Liverpool, it'll be them. But really, it was probably a bit premature because you're trying to bed in a few players. I mean, they had Silva come in, Havertz, Ziyech, Chilwell, Sarr, Werner, Mendy, and a player called Mbambia or something like that. I didn't even write it good, but and so they've had a lot of players, maybe 7 players who have come in who will expect to play. And that's a lot of players to try and bed in your team. And I think that people are just bringing that down on Lampard. But how many managers can bring in 7 players to the squad? And they're not even players that won't play. Silva's played, Havertz has played, Ziyech played, Chilwell's played, Sarr's played, Werner's played, Mendy's played. So you've got to bed all them players into the team. It's a lot, isn't it? In the first season, it's a lot. If you had one of them and he didn't play well, you would say, well, it's his first season. But you've got 6 or 7 players there to try. That's changing your whole structure of your whole team. We've got Rob here, and Rob said, not many great players return to the club as manager and succeed. Dalglish and George Graham are the ones that come to mind. Going back is a risk to their godlike status, and because of that, fans allow them more time. I think so, Rob. I mean, this is what we think with Ollie every day. We look at him and go, one day he's doing good, and like, at the moment he's doing really well. When we beat Paris Saint-Germain, we were like, well, this is the time. But actually, I think Ollie's done well, but at the same time, it does make you wonder with the players we've had that, it's taken us this long. But again, that's years of buying crap, buying players from all over the place. It's just, and then he said if he wasn't an ex-player, the fans would be asking for a change. I think a lot of them are. A lot of them are asking for a change.
Yeah,
A lot
but
of
I do
fans
agree
are.
with Rob there. I do agree with Rob there that when it's an ex-player, someone who's played at the club, and all the fans know, they do get a little bit of special treatment, and they do get to stay a little bit longer and a little bit extra. Like, right, this is your last time. This is your last chance.
It's like Shearer, isn't it?
Sure.
Shearer went back to Newcastle, and they were still rubbish. And then, you know what I mean? They were still rubbish and still rubbish. And then in the end, he left, I think. I don't know even know if he got sacked. But again, they would have chopped someone before when in him, they just give the sack. Jamie said this season is strange like no other. 5 weeks ago, Chelsea was 17 unbeaten, and people was talking about them being title challengers. Apart from the back five, Frank still doesn't know his best team. Lads. That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, it goes back to what Chris said about giving him time. The players, as like you said, whether he's bringing 7 players in or 8 players in, and just put them into the squad that's already there. Not only have the current players got to sort of get along with the new players, but the new players have also got to settle in the team, and I just don't think it's got there yet.
I think only one of them has played in the Premiership.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Chelsea are a bad team or that they're crap or anything. You know, Chelsea are a great team and they've got great players, but playing as a team is a bit different. And they're not, at the moment, my opinion, they're not playing as a team. And once they start playing as a team, then dangerous. I think then they'll be dangerous. Then we'll start to see them winning things. And you know, then people will be talking about them and saying, you know, they're a title winning team.
Well, Werner and Havertz are both, you know, German internationals and, you know, the future of the German team. So, you know, you can't have the future of the German team. Like, you think the number 10 and the number 9 in a German squad for years to come, for the next 10 years, it makes you wonder, you know, how good Chelsea can be if these guys, you know, hit the ground running. Yeah, they could really do well, you know. I just think, but so yeah, a couple of more. Chris has said, and plus we never had a pre-season. No pre-season. Grant said Timo is a rich man's Aubameyang. And who do you both support? Well, you know we both support United.
I can't believe Grant's actually asked that.
I know you know we both support United. We're United fans.
How many years have you known us, Grant?
Forever. He's known us
probably
forever.
Known me most of my life.
He has. So, lamps in or out? That's what I'm saying. What do you reckon, Cor? Lamps in or out? I'm going to go with fans, followers. Let's hear you. See what you're saying. Just put in or out. Jamie said,
I'm going to say
that this is Lamps 3 years in management, but knowing how Chelsea work, if he doesn't make top 4 this season, he'll be in trouble. So, Lamps in or out? What do you reckon, boys? Big players here.
I'm going to say in. I'm going to say give him a little bit more time. Give him maybe till the first part of next season, and see if he can turn it around. As Jamie said, if he can make top 4 this season, I think they'll let him stay for at least the first half of next season, and I think it will give him that time he needs to get his team together and find, as Jamie says, his best team.
What have we got? We've got Jonesy's saying in. Grant saying out. Jamie saying in. Robert Blake saying fat Frank out. I like him. You know, I've always been a supporter of Lampard, even since, you know, even when he was at West Ham, I used to watch him. He's great. You know, he's such a good player. He takes so much shit off the fans. He takes so much off the fans, and he still cracks on and does well. So, you know, you've got to respect him for that. Okay, so if it ain't Frank, who would it be? Who are the other managers in the pot? Potter's gone. I think Allegri's been mentioned. There's a few that's been mentioned.
Just on that comment that Jonesy's made. Just on the comment Jonesy's made about big player Ziyech is back now. If I could just read a couple of his stats. So Ziyech, appearances, he's only made 8.
Yeah.
He's only scored 1 goal.
Yeah.
And obviously he's only taken part. Goals with left foot, 1. Shots 10, only 3 of those on target. He's only made 3 assists.
Yeah.
And created 4 big chances. Passes, he's only made 268.
Is that good?
I mean, that's not bad. I don't know. I mean, for how many games he's played, I guess in 8 appearances, that's not too bad. Total crosses 29, accurate long balls 11, 1 yellow card, 6 fouls. Yeah, so I mean, again, he is a good player.
That's not awful, is it?
No, it's not. It's not bad when you've only made 8 appearances, but can he lift everyone else's spirits?
Why has he only had 8 appearances? Can I ask?
I have no idea.
Does any of you boys know?
If anyone knows, put it in the comments.
Why has he only had 8 appearances yet? Has he been injured?
Let's have a look and see if I can find out.
Bring back Di Matteo.
Oh, there you go. Look, Jonesy's just put on there that he has struggled with injuries since arriving. He will be a massive, trust me. So yeah, again, it's just it's like Havertz. He's got to give him time.
Yeah.
But let's hope he's not like Pulisic, who's injured all the time.
Yeah, you're right. Cool. I'm gonna just take 5. If you just carry on for a minute, I've just got to take 5 and find my laptop charger. This charger seems to be broke, so I'm going to quickly go find another one. So, yeah, if you just carry on and maybe you can go on to Arsenal in a minute, and I'll be back as soon as. See you in a minute.
All right, then. Okay, so I'm on my own. Hi. Right, let's see what comments we got here. Jamie Mack, you've put 6 weeks ago, Ollie looked like he was on his way out. Now you're top of the league. This table can change as quick as that with a few wins. Well, I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier about the league and how different it is this season. With all the crazy results we've had, lots and lots of goals being scored. No fans playing a massive part, I think. And not putting pressure on away teams as such to within these games. But yeah, I think United being at the top is I'm not getting excited. I don't think United fans are getting excited because, as you say, Jay, it can change straight away. We're only a couple of points clear of Liverpool, and obviously we've got them at the weekend. So if we can push on and maybe try and get away from them, it might excite some fans. But I'm not going to say anything too early. Robert Blake, we've got 32 passes per game, which ain't bad. Was that Ziyech? Yeah, I think it was. That's not bad at all, is it? Jamie Matt injuries. He's been injured, yeah. Danny Jones, Havertz and Werner have been played out of position all season. Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't really watched many of Chelsea's games. So I've watched a few of them, and I have seen Werner play, and I've seen Havertz play. Me personally, I think Havertz plays better in the cup games to what he does in the Premier League, and I think it's because it's against, let's say, easier opposition. So he's got more room to shine, I think. That's just my opinion. And speaking of Havertz, let me just do a couple of stats from him. So this season, he's made 15 appearances. He's only scored 1 goal. Goals with his left foot, 1. Shots, 9. 4 of those on target. Big chances missed, 1. Put in the comments if you know what big chance that was. It'd be interesting to know. He's made 2 assists and 430 passes. A total of 7 crosses and 4 accurate long balls. 1 yellow card, 17 fouls. Defensively, he's kept 1 clean sheet. He's made 13 tackles, 3 interceptions, 47 recoveries, and 47 duels won. Duels lost, he's lost 80 duels. Aerial battles won 15, aerial battles lost 21, 16 clearances and 1 errors leading to a goal. So, I mean, they're not too bad in terms of stats for him. But let me know in the comments what you think. Let's have a look at some more comments. Okay. Right, so Jamie Max put that he thinks Man City win the league for him. He thinks that Man City is going to win the league this season. So let's have a little debate on that. Put in the comments who you think is going to win the league this season. Obviously, Jamie Max gone for Man City. I think, my opinion, I think Liverpool might come through and nick it. As much as it pains me to say that, I think Liverpool's going to come through and just snatch it. But I'm hoping United are going to give them a good fight for it. But we'll see. Right, okay. So Chris Reed, with Chelsea, they played better in the first season and always muck up in their second. Chris, do you mean in the first half of the season? If you do, let me know. Grant says City to win on the league. Emma says Liverpool will put it back. So I think she thinks Liverpool's going to win it. No centre halves, definitely City. We will see. We will definitely see. Right. A little question for actually you Chelsea fans. Before we move on to Arsenal, little question for you. Kepa, in or out? Should he stay? Should he go? Should he play some more? Let us know what your thoughts are. I want to know. Me personally, and I think I said this to Martin earlier. I think since that game, he started off great, absolutely great. When he first came to Chelsea, he was amazing, great keeper. However, when it came to that game where he refused to come off the pitch, I think from then he just lost all credibility. I think the managers, the coaches, and everyone lost confidence in him, and obviously he's proven with Mendy playing more often. But let me know your thoughts. I want to hear what you've got to say about it. Got a couple of people saying that he should be out. Jamie Mack, Grant, both think he should be out. Why? Tell me why. Why do you think he should be out? Because in all fairness, he's a great keeper. You know, it's just his attitude, I think. Yeah, I think it's just his attitude that's not very good. I think he's one of those players. I think he's one of those players who thinks he's better than everyone else because of the how much he was paid for and things like that.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back.
Yeah.
I just put a question out for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it. About Kepa and whether he should be in or out, whether he should play more. So I'm just waiting for people's comments to see what they think. I was saying that at the beginning when he first came, he was a great player, great keeper. But I think the attitude got the better of him. And after that game where he refused to come off the pitch, I think the coaches and staff have all lost confidence in him, and he's lost his credibility.
Massively.
Wait to see what other people think. Jamie Max end up going out on loan for 2 years, and then Chelsea will take £25 million for him if they can get that.
Yeah, agreed. That's what will happen. Yeah. If they've had to sign check, you know what I mean? They've had to sign check. It's not looking good for Kepa, is it?
I think Czech's only playing for the under 21s. I think
I saw somewhere. I think he did, didn't he?
I think he played one game for the under. It was under something, under 21s or something, under 17s, 18s maybe. But I think he played one game. But from what I read, it wasn't a very good one.
Yeah. We'll be. So let's move over onto the Arsenal. Arteta, is he the man? Is he the man that's going to return Arsenal back to the top four? What do you think? Now, we've got a lot of guys on here, know their bit about football. Do we think Arteta can do it? I think Arteta's fantastic. I think he's brilliant, but obviously, it just depends on the players he's got around him. He's had the problems with Guendouzi. He's definitely had some problems. Jamie says no.
No.
That's a strong no.
But is that because you truly believe it, or because you don't like Arsenal?
Yeah. Is that
because you want Chelsea to win? For me, I don't know. It's the same as Lampard, isn't it? When the next player comes back, it's just about the time. But the players, Aubameyang, for me, is not performing.
It's massive nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not performing, and he hasn't performed probably since the beginning of the season. Yeah, he scored a goal here and there, but it's not good enough to win games.
Nah, it's not. He needs to be a 20-plus striker, doesn't he? Everyone needs that 20-plus striker, and Aubameyang is the man. So he's got to pick that up as soon as he can. I just don't see any other way. You need your target man. United spread it out a little bit, but again, I still feel we need a target man. So Arsenal with Lacazette, I thought it was going to be Lacazette, and now it looks like Aubameyang.
Right, but let's look at it this way, right? So Aubameyang, he's had 16 appearances. Oh, I think we lost him. All right, well, I'll let you guys know. So Aubameyang's had 16 appearances, and he's only scored 3 goals. So in 16 appearances, he scored 3 goals, whereas Lacazette has had only 15 appearances and he scored 7 goals. So, I mean, the stats show themselves, don't they? Who would you prefer as Arsenal striker? Arsenal fans, get your comments in. Let's have a look at some more of these comments. Grant says no. So I'm assuming that's to Arteta being able to pull it back, turn it around. Right, Chris Reed says no. I like last season. They played really good, and the next season they always muck up all the time. It's happened all the time. Right, gotcha. That was in regards to the Chelsea question, wasn't it? Grant's put not got the pulling power of the big names. Well, exactly. That's what we're talking about. Like the big names like Aubameyang, Lacazette, they should be scoring multiple goals, but they're not. And again, my personal opinion, I think it comes down to their own individual attitudes. I think they want to be the knight in shining armors, the heroes of the team, and they're not really working together as a team. JB's put Arsenal need a massive clear out. The youngsters need to start playing at Arsenal and start from scratch. I think you're absolutely right. Some of their youngsters are doing really well. Like obviously, Sacco. Let me get his stats up. 1 second. Saka, sorry, Bukayo Saka. I think he's doing absolutely great at the minute. Martinelli as well. He was another great player that I've seen play for Arsenal. He's a youngster. I mean, I know he's injured at the moment, but when he does play, he does absolutely well. But they don't give their youngsters enough chance. Right, okay, so let's look at Saka. So he's had 16 appearances, 3 goals, 33 shots, and 11 of those on target. So now, if I'm not wrong, I think that's better than Aubameyang. Right, it's actually better than Aubameyang. So Bukayo Saka has had more shots on target than more shots than Aubameyang. And that probably says something for you. Okay. Rob Blake, he says they should have let Wenger go 4 years earlier and gone for Klopp before he went to the Scousers. Now, I mean, I don't know how true this is, and this is only a rumour. I'm not saying that this is true, but I've heard or seen somewhere that Arsene Wenger may be coming back to Arsenal. Let me know if you've heard that same thing, and let me know if you know any truth in that. But I heard that somewhere. I saw it on one of the transfer or social news things. I don't know, but I'm sure I heard it somewhere that Wenger was due to go back or looking to go back to Arsenal. If that was the case, would he do well? Do you think he could cope with this new Arsenal team? Let me know. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Rob also put last season, Aubameyang was playing for a contract or a move. He's now a massive contract and has reverted back to the player that Dortmund got rid of. Yeah. So I think you're probably right there, Rob. Bear with me a second because I'm just going to see if we can get Martin back in. Jamie says, good player, Saka. He's a good player. And to be honest, though, I don't think he performed as well as he's performed for Arsenal when he played for England. I think he's only had one game or maybe two for England, but hopefully he can take that club form into international and maybe get England some wins as well. Be nice. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Rob Blake says, nah, he was going to a tech director, but they today announced the bloke from the FA. All right. Is that in regards to Arsene Wenger coming back to Arsenal? I think that probably is. Right, guys. Let's do some more stats. Get your comments in. Any questions you want to ask? Put them in the comments. I'll try and read out all the comments. Right, let's look at the squad. So, for goalkeepers, we've got Bernd Leno, we've got Rune Alex Runarsson, we've got defenders for Arsenal, Hector Bellerin, Kieran Tierney, Socrates, we've got Gabriel, Rob Holding, Cedric Soares, Mustafi, Callum Chambers, we've got Pablo Mari and David Luiz. Now, actually, this would be a good one for you Chelsea and Arsenal fans. Chelsea fans, what are your thoughts on David Luiz going from Chelsea to Arsenal? And Arsenal fans, I want to know what your thoughts are of David Luiz coming to Arsenal from Chelsea. Let me know. I'm waiting to hear. That is right. Arsenal is about to kick off, aren't they? Let's see if we can have a look at that. All right. Okay. So we look at some stats because Arsenal is about to kick off with Newcastle. I think. Yeah. Right, so let's compare some stats between Arsenal and Newcastle for the minute while we wait for Martin to come back. So head to head, Arsenal have 30 wins. Newcastle have 10, and they've drawn 10. Right, Arsenal have 19 home wins, whereas Newcastle only have 6. Arsenal have 11 away wins, whereas Newcastle only have 4. So I think Newcastle being away at Arsenal tonight. Get your score predictions in. Oh, it's Palace, isn't it? Oh, I've got that all wrong. Sorry about that. I'm looking at the future game, I think. Yeah, I am. I do apologise. Right, okay, so let's look at the actual game that's going off tonight at 8 o'clock, which is Arsenal against Palace. Let's look at the lineup. So, goalkeeper, in goal, they're gone with Bert Leno. And it's Palace at home. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that. Back four, they've gone for Bellerin, Maitland-Niles, Holding, and David Luiz. Midfielders, they've got Bukayo Saka, Danny Ceballos, Aubameyang, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Xhaka. And they've gone for just the one forward of Lacazette. Is that a strong team, do you reckon? On the bench, got quite a few on the bench. We've got Renarson, the goalkeeper, Gabriel, Cedric, Callum Chambers, Thomas Partey, Joseph Willock, Willian, Pepe, and Nketiah. So we've got a strong looking bench there. Speaking of Partey, I believe he's just come back from injury. Yeah, so Chris Reed's put on the comments in regards to the question I asked about David Luiz going to Arsenal from Chelsea. He's put, it didn't bother me. We call Arsenal our old people's home for our Chelsea old players. It's quite true. It's quite a good input there. Thanks, Chris. It's the same with Willian. He's gone to Arsenal and he's not really performing, is he? Rob Blake's Palace will win. Should we have a look at Palace's lineup? So Palace tonight have gone with Gaeta in goal. Bear with me a second. They've gone for Gaeta in goal. Hey, he's back.
Sorry,
Bear with me a second. They've gone for at the back defenders Joe Ward, James Tompkins, Kouyaté, and Tariq Mitchell. Midfielders, they've gone for Milivojevic, Townsend, MacArthur, and Eze. Up front, they've got Zaha and Benteke. Rob thinks that Palace will beat Arsenal tonight.
You reckon?
Because Arsenal's not playing Newcastle. Let's just put that out there.
Ooh.
You'll find out when you watch this back why. Let's see. Rob Blake, Old People's Home, FA Cup holders. Oh, yeah. We're going to have a little bit of conflict here because Rob's a massive Arsenal fan.
Yeah, the thing is, though, with Palace, the thing is with Palace is they, they always do us, United. They always do us. I don't know how they do it. They're a bogey team for us. We'll either go and win 3-0 or lose 1-0. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We'll either, it is actually ridiculous. But yeah,
it is very true.
We're guys. I mean, look, we've done a bit about Chelsea and Arsenal. Thanks, Cor, for covering me for a bit there.
I can't give you a cuddle. Social distancing.
Yeah, social distancing. But yeah, guys, thanks for everyone coming on and watching and everything tonight. Covered a bit about Chelsea and Arsenal. Definitely going to do it again next week. Just have a bit of a football banter and everything. Have a bit of a laugh. We're going to do this weekly now. Look, we have no Tierney, so I think Palace will nick it. You're right. Do you know what, Rob? He's such a player. I'd have him at United. Tierney and Saka in a heartbeat, mate. Them two players are absolutely fantastic. I'd have them in a heartbeat. But yeah, thank you all for coming on tonight, guys. It's been fantastic, and hopefully next week I won't have so many technical issues. messing me around, trying to turn my laptop off. Thank you, Corey, for covering me. And yeah, we go again next week. Please like and share and jump on the YouTube and subscribe. That'd be great. And next week, as I say, we'll be back on and talking a bit about football. You want to say your goodbyes, Cool?
Yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Thanks for bearing with me. If you do have any questions or any topics that you want us to cover next week, just put them in the comment section. We'll try and read all the comments. So if there is anything that you want to hear or want us to discuss, put it in the comments and we'll try and cover it if we can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we hope that you'll join us next week. Yeah,
all right.
Brilliant. It'll be brilliant. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. And
thanks a lot, Cor. Bye, everyone. Thank you.